Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Hello. Let me introduce myself. My name is Salsabila from 2D classes in English Education Study Program at unclear. This video was made to fulfill assignment of speaking for formal interaction. About the conclusion of the National Education Day commemoration program with the theme Learning from COVID-19. On TV, TVRI, and YouTube Kemendikbud RI on May 2, 2020. In commemoration of National Education Day in the middle of the COVID-19 pandemic, the government of Indonesia through the Ministry of Education and Culture invites all teaching staff, education activities, students, and the general public in the country address the meaning of the theme career education national learning from COVID-19 as a form of consistency in teaching and learning activity of what is being experienced by the nation. And the first is online learning. The first is online learning both interactively and non-interactively. This needs to be done even though not all children can do that because of infrastructure factor. In this case, the most important thing is learning must occur even at home. Without teacher must have a target that the curriculum must be achieved. Not move school at home, but choose essential material that children need to do at home. Secondly, the teaching staff or teacher must provide education to children about life skills, namely education that is contextual in accordance with the condition of each home, especially the understanding of COVID-19, about the characteristic, ways to avoid it, and how to prevent someone from contracting. Furthermore, the third, learning at home must be adjusted to the interests and condition of each child. So, do not equalize for all children. Must pay attention to all environmental conditions of children, including access to the internet. Fourth is for teacher. The tasks given to students do not have to be assessed as usual in school, but rather qualitative assessment that are motivation to children. There are several learning groups held in schools during the COVID-19 pandemic, namely schools that conduct distance learning in full and utilize a variety of online education platforms. Schools that are still implementing semi-learning, where assignments are sent via message application and there is no direct interaction, and who do not have internet access, electric, or television. Ministry of Education and Culture Nadiem Makarim said the COVID-19 pandemic opened awareness that education does not have to be in schools. Ministry of Education and Culture Nadiem Makarim say the COVID-19 pandemic has made teachers Students and parents realize that education is not something that can be done in schools alone. But effective education requires effective collaboration from teachers, students, and parents. Without the collaboration, effective education would not have been possible, said Nadim during the commemoration of National Education Day. He added the COVID-19 crisis took so many lives and was an extraordinary challenge for Indonesia and the rest of the world. However, from this crisis, the people of education get a lot of wisdom and learning that can be applied afterward. For the first time, teachers do online learning using new devices and realize that learning can happen anywhere. Ministry of Education and Culture Nadiem Makarim shares 7 steps for teachers and parents to be able to effectively give lessons to children from home. Facing the condition of the crisis situation where a lot of students and teachers learn from home, said Nadim. Nadim said that for the first and most important tips, don't stress. If there are still many teachers or parents who are not yet familiar with technology, try to adapt. This is a definite adaptation period which is certainly not easy and full of confusion and uncertainty. So don't worry, believe that the best way to learn something new is to get out of your comfort zone, explained Nadim. Then the second tip, divide the class into smaller schools. By dividing students or children into several small groups, according to their competition, the learning time will be more effective. Try to divide learning group based on the same competency. For example, why 5 hours of teaching in one day must be done simultaneously? Even though it can also be divided into 5 smaller groups through video conferencing. After sharing, the children can be divided again according to their competence, might be with difficult subject or give a lesson they enjoy, Nadim said. For the third tip, Nadim said that teacher can give group assignment that create clashes and collaboration. With this, students can learn to be responsible because their fellows are independent, and this trains their empathy and also their ability to foster the abilities of others. And the most important thing for students is that their mutual cooperation principles are formed, said Nadim. The fourth tip is to allocate time for students who are left behind in class. Then, the fifth tip is to focus on the most important. And the last tip is to have fun. For information, learning from COVID-19 is a program from the Ministry of Education and Culture to inspire students, teachers, parents, and the community that in this pandemic condition we can still get lessons learned for the Indonesian people going forward. Okay, thank you. Bye bye.